Hello everybody, my name is Jason. I don't really upload on here very often except for decks that really get me excited to upload. I don't have much of a fan following like I used to, and to be honest, I've just been going through a lot of emotional issues. Last year, not to bore y'all with details, I lost my mom to cancer, and 6 months later, I lost my grandma. And it's been heart devastating and hard to continue on. Yu-Gi-Oh has become a main focus just to help keep me sidetracked. The less I can be in my head, the better. I also lost tons of animals along the way because health issues or because we can't take no more. The ones my mom had to be put down. I didn't agree with it, but there wasn't much I can do about it. So I sidetracked myself with Yu-Gi-Oh, getting on to the bread and butter of what the discussion is. Goukis have definitely become of fascination. You saw that on Capital G's channel. I've uploaded several different builds. I'll show you a few concepts of how it works, just against myself, basically. An AI version. Not really AI, it's just turn one. That's all what you can do. Alright, so let me go through the deck. Remember, all the Goukis in the main deck Goukis all are Earth Warrior, and when they're sent from the field to the grave, they search a Gouki card from the deck except himself. We'll just call that the search effect. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, we're going to start off with one Scorpio, dead draw, level 5. But you can normal summon them without tributes if you control no monsters or only Goukis. We got 3 Gouki Suprexes. This is the special summon from hand when it's normal summon guy. Plus, like I said, all the Goukis get the search effect. He's level 4. We're going to skip over the rest of everything, and I'll come back to it until we get to the finish up with the Goukis. We got Gouki Twist Cobra. This one is one of your main boosters because it's a quick effect where you can tribute one Gouki, including himself if you want, target another Gouki, and it boosts that monster's attack by the tributed monster's original attack. So you can basically, if you tribute himself, for example, make another Gouki gain 1600. They all do have 0 defense. Like I said, they're all Earth Warriors, and of course, he gets the tribute effect if he's sent from the field, or the search effect if he's sent from the field. This includes by his own tribute. Then we have 2 Gouki Headbats. This is the essential card that you need to search out in the beginning plays to be able to kind of make your big boards. Gouki Headbat allows you, besides having the search effect, allows you to target a Gouki on the field, send a Gouki monster from your hand, and if you do, special summon him, and the targeted monster gains 800 attack. The gaining 800 attack part don't usually matter, but in occasions can. Getting a free special summon would really matter. You run 2 because you do not really want to see it in the opening hand. You can work it if so, but it's better to be searched off through the chains of how you go about playing the deck in your first turn. 2 Octo Stretch, mostly put in here for Isolde, period. You need to have one in deck to be able to go into it. Isolde is sort of like the starter point to get you into your combo, just like how the meta people played Gouki. You play it similar, you just go a different route once you get the ball going instead of that whole, extra lock or whatever bullshit. He does have an okay hand trap effect that if during the battle phase you can discard him to turn the battle damage you take from that battle by half, or if you'd be affected by burn damage from a card effect, you can have it by discarding him. It's okay, comes in handy every so often, but it is crucial because it does have the search effect and can be summoned by Sold super easy. Now for the supporting cast, you have one Goblinberg, just to kind of be a 4th version of Gouki Suprex. When normal summoned, he special summons a level 4 or lower monster from hand. 2 Blue Mountain Butter Spy. When you normal summon a warrior, you can special summon him in defense. You can only, I think you can special summon this card. It cannot be used as synchro material. Yeah, which that's fine. And then, of course, you have to run your Junk Forter. You run 3 of this because you can special summon if you control no monsters. You need something in your opening hand plus a Gouki monster. So you can get at least one Gouki and something on the field, then you are set for your play. Or two Gouki on the field and you're set for your play. But if you don't open a Gouki or an extender, you are kind of hurting. This helps with that. You also have Ash Blossom because, well, with the reprint of Ash Blossom, this deck is my real life deck and it is affordable now. So, hey, why not? And it does stop everything pretty much. It's the best hand trap, so why not? For the spells, you got 2 instant fusions. Obviously, the fusion monster of choice, y'all know what it is, but we'll get to it in a bit. Warrior Extender, though, of course. You only run 2 because you want to see it in your opening hand or in an early hand, increase the odds. Though, once you see one, the second one's sort of dead, so it is what it is. I barely ever see both, though, and you can always bluff as a face down, too. Rhoda for searching. I run 3 Gouki rematches now. Was running 2 because it kind of bricked at times, but the truth be told, having 3 sets you up for 3 turns. First turn you'll go one way, and then you'll do it kind of the reverse way. On your next turn, you'll Gouki rematch, summon 2 Goukis, link them off into something, and then do the search for Suprex and another Gouki to normal summon, special summon, and then kind of go off into your Wambo Jambo combos. And having 3 of this really does allow you to just keep extending your plays once per turn. You run 2 terraformings because getting to the field spell pretty much almost guarantees that you're going to get off on your first turn. 1 reborn because it's Monster Reborn. I run 1 World Legacy Inheritor because it is a once per turn, but it basically special summons back. Early on, it'll special summon back, say, a sold second effect to summon Octostretch is stopped. You can play this, summon a Gouki from the grave to her zone, and then still go into the combo. And later on, if your main guy, Giant Ogre, gets killed, you can bring him back if you have another, Link monster out right to a zone it points to. So it allows you to kind of continue. Because hand traps are a thing, you run 3 Called by the Grave. I don't need to explain that. Back rows, I can't risk, so I do run 2 Twin Twisters in the main. 1 Hornet Drone. You do not run Kagari. This is simply because Hornet Drone, when played, you'd play it first, is a warrior token, which you can then link with any Gouki and go into your plays from there. Horn of the Unicorn. Yeah, I don't run Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, or whatever it's called. I don't run Moon Mirror Shield or any of those. This card is simply unique because if it's sent by a sold, I get a level 1 from my deck. Also, if I open with it, I can equip it to one of the monsters, link them off, do all their shenanigans, and then Horn of the Unicorn's effect states that when it's sent from the field only, to the grave, it stacks to the top of the deck, non-optional. So you'll do all those plays, get a sold out, it'll stack to the top of the deck, and then soul will basically foolish it off the top of the deck, mill it off the top, and boom, you're still golden. So you will never miss out on your opportunity if you draw this card. And then you run 1 Magical Midfield Breaker because they limited the son of a bitch, hence the 2 terraformings are just to get you this quicker. You know what it does. Basically prevents your shit and your opponents, I guess on their turn, from being destroyed or targeted during the main phase 1, so you can kind of not have to worry about Valor, Impermanence, Ogre, yada yada. I mean, Winter Cherries you never really have to worry about because you play awkward cards that they would not main. So, but this stops the other ones, all outside of Ash Blossom, of course. And then 2 Shades of Brigadine because it can special summon itself as a normal level 4 dark 0 attack 300 defense warrior, and same concept as Hornet Drone. That's the main deck. The goal is to get Giant Ogre out first turn, which you can do pretty easily. 95% rate on getting it out. For the extra, you run 1 Nightmare Cerberus. This is for the protection from card effect destruction ability is what really plays a factor for him in here. And doing Link 2s and Link 4s are super easy. 1 Assault, it's your starter card. You will go into this every single time if able at the start of the duel, and I'll show you how in a minute. how it all works. It'll be very reminiscent of Gouki Extra Lock, except I take a really sharp turn at the very end. These here are interesting. Akashic Magician. See, I always have Great Ogre, who has left and right arrows at his disposal, or Giant Ogre, sorry, Borreload arrows, left and right. And he's in the main monster zone, the middle monster zone. So if you summon Akashic, either to the right or the left, that's the extra monster zone. So if they have a monster in one of those zones, and I summon Akashic to that zone, I get to bounce that monster, and then use her for whatever I want. Which is pretty cool. It gets rid of monsters in the extra monster zone, basically. Phoenix, battle protection, and also, extra back row removal if need be. Gouki, Jet Ogre, I've been waiting for this fucker to come out. Was running Hill Ogre. It worked as a stepping stone, but sucks overall. Great Ogre. Why is Jet Ogre so good? Well, it takes 2 Goukis, the same as Hill Ogre, but the thing that really lets it go off for Giant is that if it's sent from the field to the grave, I can make all Goukis, including Giant Gouki, gain 500 attack until the end of the turn. Why is that good? I'll explain. I'll go ahead and jump over to him. Okay, this takes 3 plus Goukis. He's a link 4. So you're normally going to go Jet Ogre and then 2 other Goukis brought back usually by rematch. 3 effects. Cannot be destroyed by battle, 3,000 attack, so not that big of a deal. He's unaffected by monsters whose activating effects, not continuous, they have to be effects that activate, who has attack equal or less than his. So, I just boost him up by 500, so now any monster you want to activate effect, it has to be under 35. Or actually, it has to be over 35. Good luck. And if he or a card he points to would be targeted, I can have him lose 500 attack to negate that effect. And then quick effect, once per turn, till the end of the turn, I can make him gain 1,000 attack if his attack is different, either higher or lower than his original. So this boosts him up by 500, then he boosts himself over by 1,000, turning him from a 3,000 to a 4,500 or higher, depending. Basically Beat Stick, who's unaffected by all monster effects, who would be 45 or less, and can't be targeted because he could just save himself. Yeah, he basically just pounds you in the face. And you can do that every single turn, because you will, anything you want to link into, link 4-wise, you will use it as a material. Because Gouki Rematch does not specifically say you have to go for a Gouki link. So you will use it and the 2 Goukis to go into whatever you want, triggering your Gouki Giant. Or Great Giant Ogre. Blah. Each and every time. Boosting them up and allowing you just to go melee. It's Hulk Smash time, baby. It's Hulk Smash. You got Nightmare Griffin. Obviously, easy to summon because the left and right arrows allow you to link it right to Ogre, which will get you a spell back and a draw. Well, yeah, a spell, because you're not going to bring Shade back. Usually you'll bring back Rematch, maybe Rhoda, or possibly even World Legacy. Called by the Grave, Twin Twisters. Hey, there's a few options. Now, he also prevents monsters. If your opponent doesn't have anything in the extra monster zone, their time is a lot harder now, because now special summon monsters cannot activate their effects unless they are linked. So, that will slow your opponent down. And that's what he's there for. Of course, Boral Sword, he's your OTK maker. You know what he does. Can't be destroyed by battle and can do multiple attacks, gain attack. He just is your killer. You'll go into him turn 2 if you need to and just, mow him down. That's the way it works. 2 Giant Ogres because he is that crucial. And the main focus. 1 Boral's, that was Boral's Sword, sorry. Borreload Dragon to steal your opponent's shit, reduce the attack, and if push comes to shove, you can also reduce Ogre's attack so that he can trigger and boost himself up. And, you can steal your opponent's shit, which is always nice. And then I plan on running, when I can get it, 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Ashtram For those of you who are unfamiliar with this card, he's coming out in Dirk Neostorm May 3rd. And I should be able to pre-order by April 26th or so. It's a level 4 that takes 2 or more monsters special summon from the extra deck. Easy enough to do. You go into 2 Link 2s, whoop, and out he pops. And he has the same arrows, so I can easily co-link them with Giant Ogre. His effects are, if this card is Link summoned, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Also, your opponent's monsters cannot target other monsters besides him for attacks. So while he's on the field, you're only attacking him, and you can't target him or Ogre because they kind of protect themselves. Put a Cerberus on the other end of that, and you can only attack him, and Cerberus prevents card effect destruction, and Ogre can protect him from targeting effects. Now, all of a sudden, you got a can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects. Shenanigans going here, and I know what you're thinking, but what stops him from being killed by battle? Simple. It's third effect. Mech Knight's third effect is once per battle. This is once every time it battles. You attack it, it attacks you. During the damage calculation, if this card battles a special summon monster, he's 3,000 fucking attack. There ain't many others. Quick effect, you can have this card gain attack equal to the monster it's battling for the damage step. Basically put, he becomes an honest. He gains the attack, so he's guaranteeing to bitch slap you in the face for 3,000. And if you manage to somehow get him off the board, send him to the grave by an opponent's card, battle or effect, you get to shuffle one card on your opponent's field into their deck. So whatever killed him, whoop, goodbye, see you later, bon voyage, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And that's the beauty of that card. It makes a pretty well-versed extra deck. And I think most of it is pretty cheap outside of the Boral Sword. That card raises the price of the deck. But there is a reprint. Battles of Legend, July, so y'all be able to get it then. And this card, I don't know. I'm hoping it's only going to be about 10, 15. We'll see. And then, of course, for Instant Fusion, one Invoked Raijin. This could really be any any fusion warrior, though. Does not have to be Raijin. To be honest, if I ever make an Invoke deck, this will come out, and I'll put a Kabanawa warrior in here or something. Because you barely ever use its effects. You mostly just summon and link it off. So, there you go. That's the extra. For the side, I got 3 Prankertops because Prankertops is usually going second, is an easy special summon. Deal with me, I pop your shit. Don't deal with me, I pop your shit anyway, and then I can go off with my regular plays. Lancia just stops a lot of the banish dot decks I don't want to deal with. Like, fuck you, you don't get no effects. Foolish Burial Goods is strictly for Dino World Wrestling, or World Dino Wrestling? Yeah. When you have no monsters or your opponent has more, you're going to Foolish Burial Goods that card to the grave, banish it, and summon Prankertops from your deck. A third Twin Twister, obviously. My Body in the Shield's in here until I find a better option. But what it does is it's a quick play spell that if I pay 1,500 life points, have a spell trap or monster effect would destroy a monster or monsters on the field, except during the damage step. I can negate the activation, and if I do, destroy it. Mass Destruction, if I don't have Cerberus out, is the one loophole to this deck, and you can easily take out a lot of cards, so if I have that, it stops it, along with Twin Twister. And then lastly, and then I'll get to the replay thing, or the show-off play tutorial, I guess we'll call it. 3 Mind Control, because you don't care what you link with. Give me your fucking monster! I'm getting it out of here! And you're going to take it and link it into one of these beautiful, beautiful things. End of story, bitch. You worked hard to make it, and now I'm going to break it. And that's my deck. Right after this will be the tutorial on how to go off with your plays. It'll just be like turn 1 till the end of turn 1. It won't actually show a duel or anything because right now I don't have the greatest internet for connection for this stuff, in the process of moving to the city in the next month. Oklahoma City. Thank you for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe if you want to. I'll gladly go back and forth on you with discussions. Always open to them, enjoy them, quite frankly. And with that said, till I feel like uploading next time,